For this disability, I wanted to talk about dysgraphia and mathematics disorder. And the strategy that I've used for this is flipping instruction and group work. The source is from personal experience, and I found a blog post about it that was really interesting, that was published in 2013. Flipping a class is something that I've been working with for a little over a year, and I have found this year, because I have a student that has dysgraphia and a mathematics disorder, that it has been very beneficial for the student. I'll call him David. He's in one of my geometry classes, and he's been diagnosed with dysgraphia and mathematics disorder, which I had never heard about before having him in my class. Basically, dysgraphia is just a learning disability that affects written expression, and it can come in the form of having problems with spelling or just getting the thoughts from your mind onto your paper. And then mathematics disorder is just when a person's mathematical ability is well below their grade level. And so David, when he first came into my classroom, I could see this was the case. He's also kind of a big guy, and so kind of a macho type thing. It was really embarrassing for him if he wasn't able to answer questions or do well in class, and so he would pretty much just shut down on me. Well, geometry is a class that I flip a lot. And flipping just means that we're taking some instruction that they normally would do in class and having them do it at home. And then instruction they would do at home, they're doing in class. And flipped instruction works well for general education students as well as those with disabilities. It's great because of the fact that it can come in the form of written notes or videoed lectures, and so the students have time to write the notes if they're having a problem with like dysgraphia and having a hard time with the amount of time it takes them to write, which was what David was having a problem with. It would take him a lot longer than other students to write the same thing, which was embarrassing to him. So having him able to write the notes at home and everyone else at the same time writing the notes at home so it didn't single him out worked really well. Also, this is great because the kids will have access to notes or a concept before they ever get to class, and then when they get to class, we have more time to address any misconceptions and I can work one-on-one with the students. Also with this strategy, I talked about group work, and so normally in my classes I have them paired with a partner, but at least once a week after we've gone over some concept, I'll put them in what we call pods, which is just 4 desks that are angled together, and I give them a packet of problems that I want them to work with their group members without asking me how to do the problems. And so that's been really good. It kind of comes into that peer tutoring that I mentioned in another video as well. But flipped instruction and group work have worked well with David with his dysgraphia and his mathematics disorder. This is an example of like what David would have before he came into one of my geometry classes. His homework would have been to open the link where I give him, and the rest of the class, give him the notes on, in this case, special right triangles. And so when he comes to class, all of his notes are already written out. They may be a little difficult for me to read, but he can read them, and that's what's most important. But they're a lot neater than they would be if he was trying to write them in class and be as fast as those around him. And then it gives him a chance to have the diagrams drawn so that when we get in class, I'm not expecting them to have never seen this before, and I'm teaching it totally cold. They've read it, they've written it, and then we can get started on the concept. The other thing that's great about flipping is I've got a link here to one of my Swivl videos. Again, this was on special right triangles. I'm not sure how this is going to look on the screen, but you're actually seeing a video of a video. And so here I am in this video where my students can watch it over and over and over again. And you probably can't hear the volume. You can see me moving in it. But I'm talking to them about special right triangles. And this is something that David or any of my general education students as well could watch as many times as they need to and be able to get the information. So flipping a classroom, it works well again with general education and students that have learning disabilities such as dysgraphia or mathematics disorder.